Hey everyone, I'm Rick Black.
And I'm Zach White.
And this is Black and White Reviews.
Yeah, welcome to the channel with the coolest guys I know. They review movies and all that. Let me introduce you to the host. Got Rick Black, but he's the white guy. Zach White, and he's the black guy. Try not to get confused. Hit subscribe and stay tuned to the Black and White Reviews. Black and White Reviews. Hey, Black and White Reviews. Black and White Reviews. Yeah, with the coolest dudes. Come and join the crew. Yeah, this is Black and White Reviews. Black and White Reviews. Hey.
Today we're going to review Last Jedi. Since I'm Mr. Black and Mr. White's got the kind of view on this, I'm the minority on this, so I'm going to go second. So Mr. White, why don't you take it away?
I can already see this is going to be a very fun topic. Growing up, especially in the 80s, you wanted to be three people, right? You wanted to be Optimus Prime, right? Maybe wanted to be Rocky Balboa, but you definitely wanted to be Luke Skywalker. This movie just ruined my childhood. Luke was a lie. The movie sucked, basically. I don't even know where to begin. Totally destroyed the legacy of Admiral Akbar. Leia flying through space like I don't know.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah. It was a horrible movie. Didn't like anything about it. And you know, when I left the theater, I actually thought that I did. And the more I thought about it, the more pissed I became about it. It just was a bad movie.
Okay.
It's horrible.
Well, you know, a lot of people are talking about Disney ruining this franchise. And when you looked at it, and you started off with Force Awakens, right? A lot of people were really upset that J.J. Abrams took it into the aspect of A New Hope, right? They said there was a lot of similarities to those two movies. But then Disney, you know, and they don't really talk about why J.J. Abrams didn't do the second. They said it was, you know, time, right? That was the big conversation, was he didn't want to be sucked into a trilogy. So they go and get Rian Johnson. And when you think about, you know, starting over and refreshing, you can think of like a 12-step program, right? And, you know, the first part is admitting you have a problem. And the problem is they had some, like, you know, subtleties to, you know, Last Hope, right? And really, J.J. Abrams didn't take any real risk, right? Because this is a new trilogy. We're going in a different direction. But you know what? I'm at the part of the 12 steps? Giving yourself up to a higher power. And when I think of a higher power, I think Rian Johnson. He's the unsung hero in this. Okay? First off, he had what it took to take this franchise to the next level. You're going to have Star Wars movies from Disney for the next decade, which is very, very fortunate for all you fans, because all you have is the 6 movies that Lucas did. And without Lucas's wife, they really haven't been any good after the original trilogy. So you take someone like Rian Johnson, he goes in there and he does what's necessary. He told you the past doesn't matter. He gave you the greatest villain in Kylo Ren. I mean, and when you put all these things together, it's amazing. He even gave you porgs, and you didn't even know you wanted porgs. Thoughts, Mr. White?
The greatest villain, Kylo Ren.
Yeah, easily. I mean, and then the Kylo Ren gave you a special gift. He gave you the shirtless scene. Oh man, they're now you can't say anything, because I mean you've seen clips of Vader, but the best Vader you got was the one Disney gave you, not the one George Lucas gave you. And then you can only take, this is not an expanded universe. This is just 6 movies of Star Wars, and the Luke you got was in 3 movies. And what did Luke do? So why is Luke a letdown? Because you guys built it up in the expanded universe. It's different. It's not like the Marvel universe, right? They don't go into the comic books. They don't talk about that. Star Wars gave you gave you the Skywalker that's real. That's the Skywalker. It's not a Skywalker story. To make 10 movies, you got to get away from the Skywalkers.
No, you don't have to get away from the Skywalkers. The Skywalkers are Star Wars, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, he took some chances, he took some risk, but they didn't pay off. He failed. Rian Johnson failed at this movie. There's no dispute about it. The fans, like you said, you are in the minority, which is unusual. But you are in the minority.
I think it's the first time
that you've been in the minority.
Yeah, I mean, really.
The best thing, should I say the worst thing about this movie is it's now officially canon. It's now a part of the legacy of Luke. It's nothing that can be done to sort of erase the damage that Rian Johnson did to this movie, and to this saga, and to this story, and to the Skywalkers for that matter.
Yeah.
True, Rogue One Vader was amazing. He was awesome.
Yeah.
But Kylo Ren as the best villain ever, I just have no words. There's nothing to say to that. I mean, that is nothing to say to something so just stupid, really.
Is it?
That was that's the worst thing.
So when we look at the
thing.
Rotten Tomato scores, it's now at what, a 48 as we're filming, probably roughly.
Right.
It's below 50% because the results are you either love it or you hate it, right? That's been the overall appeal. But when you think about the Rotten Tomato score is the lowest of all Star Wars films, that's absurd.
No,
that movie was gorgeous. That movie was filmed gorgeous. The only down part is the casino scene ran a little long, and we didn't probably need as much.
I didn't. I was fine with the casino.
You were
scene.
fine?
Yeah, I mean it was nothing overly extended about that. It was fine.
So you're good through the whole movie.
I'm good with the casino scene.
You're good with the whole movie, except for Luke tossing a lightsaber,
No.
and then at the end.
No, I'm like I said, the movie was a disaster. I mean, you have this slow speed chase. It was just dreadnought.
You didn't like the white Bronco? It was the classic white Bronco chase. Man shot.
Yeah.
Where do we need to go?
Well, Zach, can J.J. Abrams bring it back? Can he do it? That's why they brought him back.
I don't think he can. I think the damage is done.
No way.
It can't be reversed. And let's look. The Force Awakens was a good movie, but let's not get carried away about. I mean, that wasn't the best Star Wars movie by any means. So, I'm not gonna put faith in a guy who made a okay Star Wars movie to take something and bring it back from the disaster that this movie is. So no.
Where does Force Awakens rank, number wise?
Yeah, we're talking strictly just the sagas, not Rogue One? Okay. 6.
6.
Yeah.
That's a powerful statement. Is that including Rogue One, right?
It can't.
Not including Rogue
No.
One.
It can't be ahead of obviously Empire. It can't be ahead of Jedi. It can't be ahead of Episode 3, which I'm gonna go with next. Mm-hmm. It can't be ahead of New Hope because that's the original. Without that one, there's nothing. Just because of the Darth Maul factor, and I know this is probably unpopular, but I mean I'm gonna put Menace over it just because Ninja Sith kicking ass throughout the galaxy is just And then I'd go Force Awakens, then this crap.
Wow.
Return of the Jedi,
Wow.
whatever it was.
Well, I mean, honestly,
And then of course,
if
Clone,
I'm looking at
Clone is the worst of all.
obviously, it's hard to rank to say you start off with 4, 5, and 6. That's your base. 1, 2, and 3, you can't even. You really can't. Listen, I'm a defender of 1, 2, and 3. I think that there's a great story there. I think the reason the fans were upset at 1, 2, and 3 is they didn't get they wanted a Darth Vader story, and that's not what that was about. It was about showing you how the Sith Lord took over, how he tricked the Jedi, about the rise of Anakin. But to say that, it's almost sad. And it's kind of like the popular opinion here is you fanboys are out of control. I mean, you're out of control. You've built up something that's not. I mean, Luke Skywalker's never shown you anything great in the movies. Has never shown you this great power. He never defeated anyone. He never really got fully trained. And then you get you're getting a story that you couldn't predict. No one, everybody for 12 months said, who's her father? What's going to happen? This and that. What is Snoke? And Ryan Johnson came out and said, guess what? Her family doesn't matter because we don't care. Okay? Snoke, guess what? Got tricked by Kylo Ren because we're not going to give you the story you want. We're going to give you the story you need. And that's what happened there.
I didn't need that.
Oh, yeah, you did. You just don't realize it yet.
So, my question to you is,
Who's
for Rick, is this is the 8th movie in a 9-movie series. Mm-hmm. Disney obviously likes what Ryan Johnson did. They gave him his own trilogy. Why introduce all of these new rules 8 movies in? Why do it now?
Because it's setting the foundation.
For
You're getting a decade worth of movies coming from Disney. A decade, okay? And you didn't get that from Mr. Lucas. In 30 years, you got 6 movies in 30 years. The next 10 years, you're gonna get 10 movies, and you can't build that around one character. You can't build around the Skywalker. They introduced this factor. It's a bigger picture, and you guys are thinking too narrow-minded. And sometimes that happens with though I would say your white fans. They're very narrow-minded. You gotta have more open-minded, like my black fans.
Right. Well, the white fans understand. You dance with the one who brung you, as they say, right?
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Sure.
All these things, right? Why do this? Why totally nuke a franchise, a series, a saga that's transcended generations, right? That's worked. That's always been, sort of above the pale. To come up with something like this and to give this guy 3 new movies. You know what I predict that. First of all, the next movie, whatever it is, Episode 9, is gonna be a failure. I would imagine.
In the level of Star Wars failure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the level of Star Wars failure, and probably there's gonna be a bust at the box office. Right. And the backlash for Disney giving this guy 3 more, they're gonna
pay.
They're gonna they will. They're gonna pay, and they're gonna take a hit.
I think
they're gonna take a hit.
I think Last Jedi is setting up a bigger picture.
No.
I think there's right now there's enough momentum behind it. No. It still did it over $1 billion. You could say that Star Wars is a failure, but a movie that's doing over $1 billion, not a failure. And it gave you some of the greatest things you didn't know you wanted. Poe Dameron at the beginning of that movie, that was probably the best X-Wing fighting you've ever seen. And he gave that to you just to warm you up, just to butter you up to a bigger picture of what he's going to deliver. I mean, you couldn't, when you're talking about a great story, when you can't predict a story, that's a great story. Just because you don't like the outcome doesn't mean it wasn't a bad story. So I think J.J. Abrams now has got this beautiful, beautiful thing handed to him on a silver platter so he can take it home. And I think Ryan Johnson's going to kill it. He's the unsung hero for all you Star Wars fans out there. And you're going to come back one day, and right now you might be going, oh man, I can't believe Mr. Black said that, and that's terrible. But one day you're going to come back and you're going to go, you know what? He was right. Mr. Black was spot on and nailed that. Final words?
That would never happen. I think you're going to see you. One thing I'll give you credit on, you are looking at the bigger picture. Right? Mm-hmm. You want to see 9 before you can make an official determination if this movie was overall to us fanboys
sure.
a failure or a success. I don't even care anymore. So you're not going to be right. But my final thought on this movie is Yes, it did make $1 billion.
Over $1 billion.
Whatever. And it sucked. That's my final
That's
thought.
your final. Well, how would you rate it?
So we're gonna have this system. I'm gonna call it the man shots.
Okay.
Okay. With 1 being the worst and 5 being the best, it gets 1 man shot.
Gives you 1 man shot. Huh?
1 man shot.
Oh man. All right. So my final thought is, over time, this thing's gonna blossom into a beautiful flower, and you guys are gonna come back and you're gonna say, "I'm sorry, Rick. I apologize," and and you're gonna come back and I'm gonna take it because I'm the bigger person in this review here, and I'm gonna say, yeah, you know what, you're welcome. I kept you on track, and so I'm gonna rate this movie on a thumbs up scale, okay, and let's say 2 thumbs up being the highest you can give it. I'm giving it 2 black thumbs up.
Being the highest you can give.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it was a gorgeously filmed movie. The only complaint I have was they could have edited it down in time wise. We didn't need it to be over 2.5 hours. Was it right at 2 hours and 40 minutes runtime? We could have edited that down. But besides that, gorgeous film. Love the story. Couldn't predict nothing. And like I said, Kylo Ren shirtless. I mean, couldn't ask for anything better. That wraps up Black and White Reviews, Last Jedi, Man Shot Behind the Camera. I'm Mr. Black. That's Mr. White. In the comments below, vote for who you think is right. Are you a black person?
Or are you a white person?
Until next time.
Yeah, welcome to the channel with the coolest guys I know. They review movies and all that. Let me introduce you to the host. Got Rick Black, but he's the white guy. Zach White, and he's the black guy. Try not to get confused. Hit subscribe and stay tuned to the Black and White Reviews. Black and White Reviews. Hey, Black and White Reviews. Black and White Reviews. Yeah, with the coolest dudes. Come and join the crew. Yeah, this is Black and White Reviews. Black and White Reviews. Hey, subscribe to the channel.